Hey, what's up, everybody? Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com, and welcome to the update for Thursday's card, January 2nd, 2025. It is Football Thursday at DocSports.com. Today's the day of the week we release all of our plays for the upcoming week, both college and pro football. We'll get to that in just a moment. I want to say thanks to all of you who jumped on board yesterday on New Year's Day. I had my 8-unit bowl game of the year. It was the Ohio State Buckeyes, and boy, it's nice when they open up a lead, when your play opens up a lead early and continues and blows out the opponent. No sweat game, and we like those, obviously, and we do appreciate all of you who jumped on board for the Buckeyes victory. The bowl run now 29-15, having another winning bowl season so far this year. I will have more bowl action, and I'm going to have a 7-star and a 6-star coming up this week. And all my football plays, college and pro, for the next week will be available today on Thursday afternoon, that is. Not involved with tonight's college football, but I do have the postponed game, which will be made up today between Georgia and Notre Dame as the comp play. We'll get to that in just a second. But the new football package, again, 7-star, 6-star lead the way, will be available Thursday afternoon on my homepage at DocSports.com. I've also got a 6-star play in the NHL. We're on a 29-7 run in pucks, over $10,000 won during this run that began way back in late October. And also wanted to mention 9-1 on the season with my NHL plays rated 5 stars and up. So we'll look to stay hot there. I do have a 4-star in college basketball, but full disclosure, my college basketball the last couple of weeks has not been good. So we'll look to turn it around and get it going here with my first play of the 2025 calendar year going on Thursday. It's all available on my homepage over at DocSports.com. That overall all-play run is just kicking tail, 58%, 174 and 129 after a winning day yesterday. And again, well over $10,000 won during this run that began back in September. Let's get to the comp play for today. It is Georgia and Notre Dame doing battle. Right now, Notre Dame laying 1.5 for the most part. I've got 20 books on my line service. There's a couple out there that have ones, but mostly 1.5. There's one particular book, Circa, here in Las Vegas, that has it still at a pick as of, what time is it here? About 2:30 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday morning. But I do like Georgia in this spot as the comp play. And listen, the big story is Gunnar Stockton making his first start for the Bulldogs at quarterback in place of Carson Beck. And Stockton hasn't really, well, we don't know yet if he can throw 20 to 25 times in an accurate fashion and be consistent throughout the course of the game. But he is more mobile. He can move. He's more mobile than Beck. And, of course, he was a highly touted prospect, which is why he landed in Athens, Georgia. The biggest advantage for the Bulldogs today, I think, is going to be that offensive line. Huge, talented. They're lined up against an undersized Notre Dame defensive front. And don't forget that Notre Dame's best defensive lineman, also their leader in pass rush and sacks, Riley Mills, is not going to play in this game. And I know that Notre Dame secondary is incredible. There's no doubt about it. But I do think Georgia's going to be able to run the football. And if they can do that, they can open some things up with that secondary. So they're going to test, obviously, Stockton. They're going to load up the box. They're going to put some of their talented, defensive backs into the box and see if he can throw the football. I do believe they'll get the job done here offensively. And then on the flip side, the Irish offense, somewhat one-dimensional. They're all about the run. They're outside the top 100 in passing yards per game. And the Bulldogs run D, it's a tough nut to crack. It's tough also going against Kirby Smart, 7-game postseason winning streak, and he wins those games by a wide margin on average. So get it back Georgia here with that line moving to 1.5. The Georgia Bulldogs, the comp play for Thursday's card. Real quick note on the Ohio State-Texas game, which will take place on Friday, January 10th. Ohio State laying 6.5. Half the books have 6. Half the books have 6.5. One book or couple that tried to get out in front of everything opened Ohio State 4.5, took immediate action on the Buckeyes, pumping it up to 6.5 in those books as they received no action on Texas with that 4.5-point spread. We'll talk about that more on today's show or tonight's show, which you'll be able to watch. Indian Cowboy and I will cut the new football show, which will cover this weekend's NFL. We'll talk about the playoffs thus far. That'll be available Thursday night over at the YouTube page, Doc Sports YouTube page. So we'll jump into that. All right. If you like the videos, click on the thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Again, the Georgia Bulldogs, the comp play. I'm Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Let's put them in the win column, everybody.